Popular gospel artist Beatrice Weremu Mbugua, better known by her stage name Betty Bayo, has passed away, leaving behind a nation in mourning and a void that will be felt deeply across the gospel music industry and among her fans who drew strength and faith from her songs. The devastating news came on Monday, November 10th, when Betty lost her long and courageous battle with cancer. It was a fight that had slowly dimmed her once vibrant energy but never her spirit. For months, she had been receiving treatment at Kenyatta National Hospital, a place that had become her second home during the final stages of her illness. Friends, family, and fans had continued to pray and hope for her recovery, but sadly, her body could no longer bear the pain and exhaustion that came with the disease. Her passing marks the end of a remarkable life that touched countless souls through music, faith, and resilience. Her ex-partner, Pastor Victor Mwangi Kanyari, the father of her two beloved children, confirmed the heartbreaking news through a deeply emotional message. His words resonated with many who knew the complicated yet enduring bond they shared. He wrote, "It hurts in ways I can't explain. You left before I could say everything I needed to. I still see you in every laugh our children give, in every little habit that reminds me of you. We had our moments, but through it all you were family. I'll carry your memory, your love, and your spirit forever. Rest easy. You'll always be missed." It was a message that came from a place of grief, love, and reflection. Despite their past differences and the public attention their relationship once drew, it was clear that Kanyari's love and respect for Betty had never truly faded. Their journey together had been one of both blessings and storms, filled with shared dreams, broken expectations, and the constant struggle of balancing fame with faith. Yet even after they went their separate ways, they continued to raise their two children with love, commitment, and an unspoken understanding that some bonds never truly end. As news of her passing spread, tributes began pouring in from all corners of the gospel world. Artists, pastors, journalists, and fans took to social media to share their grief and pay their respects to a woman who had given her heart and soul to God through her music. Among them was Bishop Benson Gathungu Kamau, a close friend and respected figure in the church community. In his heartfelt message, he revealed that Betty had been battling an advanced form of blood cancer, leukemia, a diagnosis that came too late for effective treatment. Living a life of praising God in business, the mother of two has been a jovial artist until lately, when she was diagnosed with blood cancer, leukemia. At an advanced stage, he wrote, the bishop went on to express his deep sorrow and admiration for Betty's enduring faith and strength. She leaves behind a legacy of great contribution to the growth of the gospel music industry, friendship, and a soul that maximized its full potential. She has rested after serving. My condolences to your mom, husband, siblings, friends, the music industry, and your beautiful children. Rest in peace, Betty Bayo. Cancer will also die one day. Those words, "Cancer will also die one day," carried a power that resonated deeply with her fans, a declaration of faith that even in loss, hope remains undefeated. Betty's battle with cancer had been quiet, almost private. She chose to fight it in silence, not wanting to burden her fans or invite pity. Many who had seen her in recent months noticed her growing frailty, but never imagined the pain she endured behind her radiant smile. She was the kind of person who could be suffering yet still find the strength to comfort others. Inuro TV news anchor, Wakarura Wanyutu, one of Betty's closest friends, shared a particularly emotional message that revealed how sudden and surreal her death felt. "Last Monday I was at your place. We stayed until almost midnight. We laughed, we talked, and I truly hoped you would be well. And now you're no more," she wrote. Her words captured the heartbreak of someone who had seen Betty just days before. Full of warmth and laughter, perhaps tired but still hopeful. No one could have predicted that would be their final conversation. Those who knew Betty personally described her as a woman whose faith could light up the darkest room. Born and raised in Kenya, she began her musical journey as a young girl singing in church choirs. Her voice, tender yet powerful, quickly captured attention. She had an unshakable belief that her gift was meant for God's glory, and from the moment she stepped into the recording studio for the first time, she never looked back. Over the years, she became one of Kenya's most beloved gospel artists, known for songs that inspired, uplifted, and healed. Her music often carried themes of redemption, forgiveness, and faith in hard times. Songs like Elewa, Guchaninjira, and Indikanakoka became more than just melodies. They were testimonies wrapped in rhythm, reflections of a woman who had walked through storms but never let go of her faith. Her lyrics spoke directly to the heart, often drawn from her own struggles and triumphs. Listeners found comfort in her voice because it was real. She sang about the kind of pain people didn't always talk about openly: betrayal, heartbreak, loneliness, and the difficult path of forgiving those who hurt you. Her career was not without controversy. Her relationship with Pastor Kanyari had once been the center of public attention after his ministry was accused of fraudulent activities. The scandal affected both their reputations, and for a while, it seemed like Betty's career might not recover. But she faced that period with incredible grace. In interviews, she spoke openly about the lessons learned from that chapter of her life, emphasizing forgiveness and faith over bitterness. She said that while people could fail, God never would. That statement became a reflection of how she lived, always looking beyond human imperfection to find divine purpose. After parting ways with Kanyari, Betty focused on rebuilding her life and career. She became not only a musician but also an entrepreneur, venturing into various businesses that helped her support her children and community. She often spoke about the importance of independence and resilience, encouraging women to find strength even when life doesn't go as planned. Her transformation from heartbreak to healing became an inspiration for many single mothers across Kenya. Despite her busy schedule, Betty always made time for her children. Friends often spoke about the special bond she shared with them, a love that was visible in every photo, every message, and every word she spoke about them. She was a mother who prayed over her children every night, teaching them to love God and to never give up no matter how hard life became. Even in her final month, she found joy in watching them grow and smile. It was for them that she kept fighting, even when the pain became unbearable. Those close to her say that Betty faced her illness with the same courage she brought to every challenge in her life. When she was diagnosed with leukemia, she refused to be defined by it. Instead, she said, "I will live each day as it comes, and I will keep praising God until my last breath." And she did. Even from her hospital bed, she would hum hymns and sing softly to the nurses who cared for her. Her faith was unshaken. She believed that even in sickness, there was purpose. At Kenyatta National Hospital, the nurses and doctors who treated her described her as one of the kindest patients they had ever met. She would often pray for others, offering encouragement to fellow patients going through their own battles. Her room became a place of calm, a small sanctuary of hope where her gentle voice filled the air. It wasn't unusual for hospital staff to find themselves drawn to her bedside, just to listen to her speak about faith and gratitude. Her passing has left a deep emotional wound in the hearts of those who loved her. Fans have flooded social media with messages of condolence, sharing old clips of her performances, interviews, and quotes that had once comforted them. Many wrote about how her music helped them through depression, heartbreak, and loss. To her fans, Betty was more than just a singer. She was a vessel of healing. Her family, while heartbroken, has taken comfort in knowing that she lived a life that mattered. Her mother described her as a child who always cared more about others than herself. Even when she was sick, she would ask how I was doing, she said tearfully. She didn't want us to cry. She told us she was ready, that she had made peace with God.